This is an open question. Why do parents allow or buy alcohol for underage kids? It's illegal. And what are the penalties?
There are, the question is correct. It is illegal for an adult to provide, obviously drugs, but alcohol as well to an underage person, and there are specific statutes governing it. It would be a misdemeanor offense. And we also have local ordinances. The Village of Oak Park has local ordinances for which we often cite when we go to these large parties. And our objective, our principal objective, is to identify. We make it a point to document who's present, to make notification of parents, and in some cases, contact parents and have them them come to the scene, or if we make an arrest, obviously come to the police station and pick up their minor. We also are looking for who's throwing the party, whose house is it, who's responsible, and hold those people accountable. We will cite them. We will give everyone that we do cite for that day a particular court date locally. We oftentimes choose as a law enforcement strategy to hold to ensure that the people go to court in Oak Park through our adjudication process with the local ordinance so that we can bring witnesses and we can bring enough people to talk about the impact that this loud party or the serving of alcohol is having on Oak Park. And that's where we often find the most return or value for our law enforcement, criminal law enforcement efforts, is when we're able to get a local judge who's concerned about our local issues and would adjust their response to fit that situation.
So I'm expanding on this question a little bit, but so when you do catch a parent who has bought alcohol or a substance for their kid, what do they say to you?
You know, I think oftentimes we get the, I don't know. You know, what happens is, someone mentioned earlier, scared me deeply, because I have a son who's about to go to prom, and it's the whole lake house thing. And as she's talking about the lake house prom, I'm recalling my son telling me what is he going to be doing, and how this house is one side of the lake, and the parents are going to be staying at some other house across the way, and all the kids are going to be staying. I'm thinking, this is a nightmare. This is a train wreck waiting to happen. And there it is. It's in my life, and I'm one of the people up on this panel preaching about how parents need to be smart, and I'm thinking how dumb I am. And, he's putting one over on me, but you know, and so that's what happens. Parents, you know, we like to hide and say, well, you know, I didn't know, and you know, I trust, and then you look right in your kid's face, and you won't do it, will you? You know, you're smarter than that, aren't you? Until, like the mom said, it's like you deny, and then boom, it hits you.
If I can add a piece to it, is that the best preventative medicine for that kind of incident is parents calling parents. Are you going to be there? My kid's coming to your house. What's going on here? Check with each other, communicate, because we can eradicate this issue if we really increase our communication.
This is another open question. What advice can you give when you know that your child's friends have used alcohol or pot? And when a child wants to, how can you help them branch out and form other friendship when it's difficult to leave their group or clique of friends?
Okay. First thing, I just harp right on what Margot said. Talk to each other. We had a group of 60 families about 8 years ago that this was the most incredible drug-busting, party-busting people ever. Because what they did was they listened to they did reconnaissance on their kids. They found out where the parties were happening. It was usually happening in one of their basements when they were scheduled to be at work. Because understand that the other people's children know your schedule better than you know each other's schedule. Okay? And they would find out what the parents did. They would find out, and then they would call around to each other to who were in the neighborhood, and they would show up, I kid you not, with a boombox, Doritos and chips and pop and stuff. They would show up and start dancing in front of their children at the party. If you want to say, hey man, you want to talk about a wet blanket on a party. Kids ran there screaming to go into rehab after that. But the most powerful thing was those parents got together. That group of 60 families stayed. There was about 80 people altogether, 60 families. They stayed together and worked with us for about 8.5, 10 months. And this is what work. I mean, it's not the diving in front of a car to pull your kid away type of burst of adrenaline. It is steady work, and it is work, and it is worth it. These are our children. This is what's required. Sorry that it's more work, but if you want to keep your kids healthy, you want to keep them, you want to get them out of here in one piece, you want to help them get to adulthood, clean, sane, sober, it requires work, and it's the kind of work you have to do every day. And the good news is you do not have to do it by yourself. There are people who will help you. There is a young person's first-timers AA meeting in this town on Tuesday nights. Beth Ryan used to be Campfire when she started it. Started us about 5 years ago, and it has helped hundreds of young people get themselves back together. You can do this. But the thing is to talk. So specifically, confront the kids, talk to their parents, let their parents know. And if you get parents that go, "What's the big deal?" Get 5 other parents to go over and let them know that it's a big deal. That's more powerful than anything any of us do on the table, is when you start stepping up to protect your kids.
Peer pressure works on adults, too.